But the title of this episode is advice from a 10 plus year married, 15 plus year together couple. Because we've done a lot of stuff with a lot of advice scattered throughout episodes, but we've never really done a what is it like being married for 15 years episode specifically. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Dicksons. My back hurts. This is not, don't worry, this is not a repeat of the same episode. It is, my back just still hurts. So, yay. Got an x-ray on Friday, waiting to see what goes on with that. And if you guys remember like 3 or 4 episodes ago, I was like, oh, I hurt my back like shoveling / working out. This might be a lot of episodes ago that happened.
Yeah.
I looked back through my messages because I was trying to find out, because they're like, how long is your back hurt? And I was like, I don't know. And then like I sent you a message on like February 22nd. I was like, thought my back might be feeling better. It's not. And what is it? Like April 20 something right now. So it's been 2 full months, 9 weeks. So I went to the doctor, got an x-ray, haven't heard back yet. It probably won't show much because if you guys don't know, x-rays only really show the structure.
Mm-hmm.
So like
your bones.
Yeah, it doesn't show anything in between, doesn't show nerves, doesn't show discs, nothing. So, but the insurance won't pay for an MRI until I get an x-ray. So got an x-ray and went to the doctor the other night because I was like, I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of my back hurting. I don't remember if I described it in the previous episodes, but I'm not in pain. Like I can say here, I'm not in pain. I can do stuff. I'm not in pain. It's just tight all the time to where it feels like if I lift the kids or if I do something, it'll start to feel like it's pulling to a point to where it's like, oh, okay, don't do that. So it's like, it's the good thing. I'm not in like a lot of pain. It is just constantly tight in a way that would tell me if I were to do anything, I'm going to mess something up. So I'm just in a constant state of super tight, sore muscles for 2 months, 8 weeks. So hopefully it can resolve that soon. Hopefully this isn't a lifelong thing. I doubt it, but you know, with back stuff, you never know.
It'll probably come and go.
Sick.
That's what mine does anyway.
Well, my upper one was from an injury, and that came and go. That came today, and it's good by now. But fun fact, as you get old, right? I sneezed today, walking outside with Liam, and my upper back injury hurt for about 2 or 3 hours. To where, like, if I push together with my arms like this, or if I lift up Caroline, I get a super sharp pain in between my shoulder blades. And then hung on some monkey bars at the park, did some pull-ups, and that kind of like loosened it up, and now we're good. But yeah, that's what you have to look forward to. So when you're like,
I sneezed today.
Yeah, so when you're like, well, I mean, you know, that just happens to like really old people. It's like, nah. And then somebody's going to be watching this going, yeah, but you are like really old. There's going to be, but fair.
Those
but
grays
I'm just saying, it's not just like, because sometimes you think like, oh, well, my parents maybe weren't super active or something, so maybe that's why they have bad backs or something. No, like I've worked out my entire life. It's just, you know, you'll work out consistently, and at some point you'll kind of mess something up and be like, oh, that kind of hurt, and then it just never goes away. That's what happens when you're
like
older.
You'll reach into the fridge for Liam's lunch bag and be down for a week.
That's what it is. Like everything you do in your 20s and you're like, ooh, that sucks. And then like 3-5 days later, you're good. That's like what it is now, except the 3 or 5 days is like 3 to 5 years or just forever. So
good times.
You have that to look forward to. We have an episode today, not super planned. So there's not like specific questions, but the title of this episode is advice from a 10 plus year married, 15 plus year together couple. Because we've done a lot of stuff with a lot of advice scattered throughout episodes, but we've never really done a what is it like being married for 15 years episode specifically. So, I mean, if you watched all the episodes, you're probably going to get a lot of the pieces connected together in this main episode, but this episode is specifically just about what is it like being together with the same person for 15 years, because at this point, I wish I could Google it right now. If I were to say, like, what percentage of people, I wish I had my AI triggering everybody in here, but I wish I had my AI thing to give me. There's nothing better about AI than just getting stats, which I could probably do anyway. But what is the percent of couples that have been together more than 15 years?
We will officially be that in a few weeks.
According to Census Bureau data, in terms of married couples have been together, 55% of married couples have been together for 15 years or more. But you also have to account that with the divorce rates. So obviously the people that stay together at some point obviously have been together for a long time. So that's not really the statistic I was looking for, but you get it. It's rare to find people who've been together for 15 years, especially only at our age. Like, I mean, if we make it to like 70s, we're going to have to been together for 50 years. Like if we make it to like 71 for me, we'll have been together for 50 years.
And I'll be 68.
We need to have like a super party if we've been together for 50 years.
Yeah,
it would be
you hear
May
about, like
10th, 2060.
Gross.
Ew. 2060.
Like you hear randomly of these old couples or like our people that we know, like, oh, my grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary. Like, I want to be that.
Yeah, because I feel like it's more rare now. Like, especially this generation growing up, I have no idea what it's going to be like for when our kids grow up and start dating and whatnot. Hopefully better, but like this is the loneliest generation in history. The really highest rates of virginity, and not in a good way, not in like a I'm saving myself for marriage way, but just highest rates of loneliness, way too much online interaction, way too many options in the dating scene. And that we're not going to go into a whole spiel about how bad the dating scene is, because that's not what this episode is about. But well, I guess it would kind of pertain to the dating scene because we're giving marriage advice, but too many people.
Oh, your lights! I tell you,
too many people are pursuing online interactions with no meaningful way. Like, too many people are paying for OnlyFans. Too many people are not seeking a partner. And then dating apps, I feel like, while it has helped some people meet, I feel like a lot of the times dating apps are just basically, it's like the negative parts that you associate with like social media, which is like algorithms sending you stuff that like you really don't need to be ingesting every single day. You don't need to be getting just awful doom scrolling nonsense every single day. I feel like that's what dating apps are. Just tells you personally, and I don't think this is a good thing. Like, I think too many options is a bad thing in almost everything.
Yeah.
But it's like,
I hate
you
too many
go
choices on the menu.
Yeah, you go to a dating app and you can choose from hundreds or thousands of people.
It's like you get stuck in this trap of just talking to people for a little bit. You get invested, and then they're also talking to like 20 other people.
Yeah.
They get interested in another one, and then you just stop. So it's like you've wasted like weeks, days of your time talking to this person.
I know people who, and I get it, but like I know people or have heard of dating norms where it's like, I'm going on like 3 or 4 dates this week. And for me, I know I'm already competing with everyone else anyway, because that's just how the market is. But if you're going on 5 dates this week, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm good. I don't blame you for it, but like I'm not I'm not like going on a date and being like, I really like this, and then have you be like, all right, well, I'll let you know at the end of the week when I interview 4 more people, right? Like, it's like, no, I'm all right, I'm good.
Yeah, that would feel so shitty.
Yeah, but like, that's what I mean, too many options, because like in your head you'll be like, yeah, this guy was cool and everything, but, and then you can be like, I have these like 7 other guys, these guys were attractive, and this guy has like a better job, and I actually think I'm more attracted to this. It's like you're already comparing that person to the 5 other people that you could possibly entertain. So you're like, well, I should probably give them a shot too, because that gives me the best chance to maybe find the one or like the right person. But then like, if you already have 4 or 5 other options that you're already pursuing, you're not really fully giving opportunity to the first person. I don't know. I just don't like it.
I feel I feel like the best meets, or like whatever the word for it is just like random and by chance.
Yeah, but
I know it's hard to do nowadays.
I was going to say, like, in order to have those opportunities, you have to create the chance, and people aren't interacting.
Yeah. It's
So
mostly
it's like a lot of people
that
can't
work
date at
with each other.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people can't date at work. Not like
Yeah.
can't, but like shouldn't, because it's like yeah, we met at Walmart, but there was 300 other people at the
Yeah.
store, so it's like you can't date in like a singular office
Right.
of like 6 people.
That's true.
So it's like meeting at work and doing all that is kind of risky. You should talk,
Yeah.
because the cameras are messed up at the moment.
Oh no. Is it better now?
No,
Nope.
that's why I said you should talk. The camera's on you.
Okay. What do I say now?
Okay.
Is it working? Okay.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we were just in the middle of the conversation. All you had to do was keep talking.
I didn't know what to say in the moment.
But so not everyone can like date. You know, women don't really want to be approached at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's like you could go to a bar, but like I only know of one in millions that like worked out in a bar, which is just like Allie
Yep.
and Mike, right? It's just like I just don't see that as a common place of like, oh yeah, this worked out. It's usually I see people meet through school or work.
Yeah.
But again, you know, not everyone has the opportunity to work in like a vast place. But you can
Just glad we're not in that pool.
Yes, thank God. You can, I guess, start with what has you know, your experience of being a wife for 10 plus years been like.
Well, I kind of wanted to talk about this thing that I saw actually last night, and I guess it kind of does not sum up how I feel about being married, but it's very relatable, and I think it's really true. It's like there's 6 stages of a relationship or of love, and if you get to the 6th one, you're extremely lucky. It's like the puppy love stage 1, where it's like everything is great. Everything's
We're just
you know.
kissing and holding hands all
Yeah.
the time, like every 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wanted to see each other all the time. And then the second stage is like, oh, maybe they're not as great as you thought they were, or they're like you're learning like things that kind of irritate you, or your pet peeves, and you're kind of just like learning how to navigate through that. Or
I think people already know those exist. I think you just don't care.
mm-hmm.
I think it's genuine. I think what you would normally like if there was an interaction, like think about like not like us, because we didn't have like glaring like really red flags or bad baggage or anything like that. I think just the amount of good feeling chemicals going through your brain just make you be like, I don't care. And then once those like kind of slowly die away, you're like, okay, I kind of care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's just like you kind
was.
of take for granted the fact that it's not new and fun anymore. So now you start to be like, well,
Mm-hmm.
okay, maybe that is annoying or frustrating, but
Yeah. I think I'm either missing one in between there, or step 3 was like it said when most relationships fail is I think around that time. Or no. It's when you go through something really hard, or someone makes a mistake, or there's some kind of hurdle that you have to get through. And then
every unless you need to keep saying them in order to remember, then go ahead. If not, like, I think talking about our experiences with the steps that you're talking about makes sense, unless you're gonna forget.
I'll forget.
Okay, go ahead.
And yeah, I figured we could like go back and talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually shocked I've remembered this many.
Mm-hmm.
And then getting like reconciling and forgiving each other, yada yada. I could be making some of this stuff up too because I just randomly read it at like midnight. And then the deep love, where it's like you've gotten through all these things, you're growing together, you've been together a bit. And then I can't remember what they call the sixth one. It's I don't know, basically like the ultimate love where it's just
Y'all are best friends forever.
Yeah, it's not the puppy love, but it's a different kind of love. And
yeah, we talked
it's
about
a
it
lot
in episode
deeper.
1. Yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
It's
and
not
it
as
was a lot more detailed, but
it's not as exciting. It's there's no butterflies and whatnot because there's no gaps of usually seeing each other, so there's not like longing for each, like you're there all the time, so there's no fun, super exciting feelings anymore. And that doesn't mean we don't have fun, but I think people during step 1 get the feeling that like, okay, this is love, like I am in love, and then I think those feelings fade. And I think people that are like serial like, oh, this is exciting, this is great, I think this is a good fit, and then those feelings start to die down and they start getting into step 2 or phase 2 or whatever. And they start to be like, I'm actually kind of noticing some things, like I really didn't like that interaction from them. It was kind of selfish, or like blah blah blah, or like they didn't really want to talk to me as much as I wanted to talk to them, or they were like out with their boys and they like didn't text me, and I feel like they should still want to be like, I feel like people get into that and then they're just like, those feelings have kind of gone, so he must not be the one or she must not be the one. And it's like, no, that they very well still could be the one. Those feelings never stay. And I feel like people get in this trap where they think once those initial feelings are gone, like, okay, it must just not be the right person then. And it's just not true. It doesn't stay for anybody. You can ask any 20-year long couple, like, does that puppy phase, honeymoon phase last? Like, no, that's gone within 6 to 18 months maybe. And then like how quickly you accelerate the relationship decreases the amount of time. So if you don't get to see each other that much, you might extend that honeymoon phase or that puppy love phase for a little bit. But I mean, there's also sometimes where you see people meet on like shows or something like that, and they're like, wow, like these people move quick, but you realize they've been together every day, 24 hours a day for like, you like seeing people like date on Survivor or fall in love like on a show or something like that, and you're like, damn, like seems like they've moved pretty quick, yeah. And like they get married at like 6 months, but what you don't realize is they were together 24 hours or 18 hours if they, obviously 16, 17 hours if they slept every day for months. And then if you think about like that time you would have to add up to be together, like if it was somebody that you could just see after work or a couple times a week, that's 6, 12, 18 months of seeing each other, like total duration.
I was just thinking they probably saw each other more than we did the first few months.
Yeah, it's like we can see each other after work for a few hours maybe, and then like once we started dating, like maybe 2 or 3 times a week maybe, and then like even like staying over,
especially
probably
when you
not.
were on overnights. Barely saw each other then.
But that's more like our step 3.
Yeah.
So step 2, like I was even reading through our old messages because like I save all my phones, so I was able to like get like a lot of the messages off of them because I was actually gonna like make something cool out of it, and then it just became a hassle. And then one of the phones that has like the real messages, like the beginning of the relationship messages, which I thought would be cool to get, wasn't working. But like I got to like read through old messages, and it's like, damn, like we really had like a rough like year, like 3 through 5.5 ish, couple years. That doesn't mean it was all bad all the time. There's a lot of really like fun times, but like even like I remember reading back through old messages, and same thing. We would fight about something like, like 4 or 5, 6 months in, just about the normal early 20-year-old stuff. You know, who are these people around you, or what are you doing, and where are you, and like why can't we hang out, and why aren't we talking more? Are we talking to them? Just like the normal stuff, but like we never really had any huge fights until like year 3 through 5, and that's like the phase 3 or whatever you said is like getting past like those hurdles, which spoiler alert, anybody who's watching this who's possibly in like a new relationship and like you're like, yeah, I'm getting some of the annoyances, but like it's like, you know, it's all these things are like, it's a good person, so it's like it's manageable, not a big deal. You're going to go through that year 3 through 5. Now it doesn't specifically mean year 3 through 5, but you're going to go through phase 3 where it's like you're going to contemplate whether moving forward with this investment of your time is worth it or not. And we had that for a few years, not the entire time, like sporadically. Like I go to overnights, we're seeing each other a lot less, so we're fighting a lot more. And there's this like, I remember when I told people that I was going to be working from home, and then all of a sudden we started being together every single day, and people, like the first thing people ask me all the time, they're like, do you guys fight like all the time? I was like, no, we don't fight at all. Like maybe once every couple weeks, and it's
usually because I'm overstimulated and stressed about the kids.
Yeah.
And life in general.
Yeah, like even like when I like our fights are not anything to do other than with our communication between each other not being healthy, and then one of us being like, why is this happen, why are we talking to each other like this, like why are we getting mad over this, why, it's just, that's pretty much all it is. And it's resolved within 30 minutes, and then the next day or even just the rest of that night is fine. Last time we had a big fight,
I don't know. I don't even know what it would have been about.
Nope. I genuinely don't know.
I was like, is it before you started streaming, maybe? I don't know. I don't even know what it would have been about, though. And
Well, it's been more than 5 years then, because I can't think of a big fight in this house, like a big fight. We've had like reasonable arguments, which everyone still has, but like a big fight, like where it's like we're at a crossroads, this needs to get solved. And even then, a crossroads doesn't mean ever even considering divorce. It means like, you know, we're not good right now. We need to solve this, and then we can be good. When's the last time that happened? I
don't know. I think it's I don't know. There's some kind of comfort and reassurance. Just, I don't know. It might sound dumb. It's like, I know you're not leaving.
Nope.
And before, in the beginning of the relationship, I think there's always that anxiety of like, oh, did I mess up too much? Or, you know, is this going to end? Is he going to leave me? Whereas now we can have just fights, and I know that I'm not leaving, you're not leaving. Unless something really bad happened. But
you'll still default back to like, it hasn't happened in a long time, but just like something along the lines of like, I don't know why you don't just leave me then. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, no, I don't like.
Why do you even love me?
Yeah, like I'm like, no, I don't. I'm not a fan of this interaction for this reason. And no, I don't think like accepting, you know, that style of, you know, or not that style. I don't think accepting the way we're talking to each other, treating each other right now is appropriate. Like, I think I need to say something here. Like, this isn't okay. And then like I might get like I don't understand why you don't just leave me then. And it's like every time I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, are you crying?
It just, I don't know. It made me think of just, I don't know. Shit's hard right now.
What do you mean? Just with the kids?
Yeah. And I feel like...
What does that have to do with us?
Well, I feel like you don't get the best version of me, obviously. And so it makes me think, like, why do you put up with me?
This is what I deal with at your 16. Like, been only choosing you every moment for 16 years. Literally never bailed on you at all. Literally just,
well, I
like,
just think it's
let's be clear for a second here. you've been worse.
I
We've had
know.
worse moments.
I know.
So it's like, I mean, like, we've been worse to each other and we made it through that. So now you're just like, I'm overstimulated from the kids and I snapped at Chris 3 times and he just said, why are you snapping at me? What?
I just think in motherhood, you're so spent and your children get all of you and you just kind of get this shell of me.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know it's not going to last forever, but
I mean, there's not
it
much
just
to do
made me
about it.
think of Easton coming over yesterday.
Being like, are you okay?
Are you okay? And I opened the door and just haven't showered. My hair is a mess. I'm in baggy sweatpants and sweatshirt, and that's what you get. I mean, I look a little better today.
I don't care. We addressed that. Like I said, we've addressed like bits and pieces of this and before, like, oh, do you think I was like, I didn't care about yesterday at all. I didn't think about it one time where I was just like, oh man, I wish you would.
You told me I like your outfit today.
Yeah. I like your
outside.
sweatpants and I like your sweatshirt today.
It said hot girls read books. It's a good one.
No, that's usually our fights though. It's just you overstimulated for a full day plus doing other stuff, and then you just usually what it is you our main fight over the past 5 years, which is never a big fight, is you thinking I'm disappointed in you or attacking you, and then you just get super defensive and I'm like, what is going on?
I'm a serial people pleaser.
Mm-hmm. Like if you have the expectation at all that I'm not good, you're just like, I need to solve this, and I'm like, you can't, and then you just aren't okay, and I'm like, yo, I'm good, like it's fine. I think that's like the main thing we've argued about over the past 5 years. It's like something will happen and I'm just like, it's fine. You're just like, I it's not my fault, and I'm like, I know, it's fine, you're good. And then you're just like, okay, well you could have, and I'm like, yo, relax, like we're good, there's like everything's fine. And then sometimes it takes a while for you, and then sometimes my frustration probably doesn't help with you thinking things are fine, but it's like, yo, it was fine, but now it's not fine. Like, well, yo, stop. Stop. Like I've said like 5 times, like, it's good, we're good, everything's fine. But that's about, I mean, that's I mean, if that's the extent of our main problems in 5 years, we're good.
Yeah.
Year
and
3,
this, like, you've been working a lot more lately, trying to make up money and stuff, so I haven't gotten a big break from the kid. Well, this week will be fun for me because I have book club, and then
well, it was also I had a lot of events because we've had a lot of support from the stream, and then also it was kids were on vacation, and then also they're getting to the age to where they're just nonstop fighting with each other.
And sickness.
Oh yeah, and they were sick, so it's kind of just a lot of things.
The
all at
last
once.
week or so, we've been sick.
But year 3 through 5, phase 3,
the
can we make it through this? Do we want to make it through this type thing? There's plenty of times where I was like, I don't know. And I said it to you. I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't, if we can't get past these primary issues, which stemmed a lot from our incompatibility with like your insecurities mixed with my
stubbornness.
Maybe. I think there's a better, I don't think I was stubborn about things I shouldn't be stubborn about. I think it was more my lack of compassion around your insecurities. Even if I think back to it, it's very hard for me to be empathetic towards, because like if you think about it, an insecurity is just like, you like me so much you just really don't want anyone else to even have the idea of my attention, even if it's platonic, right? Like it's just like,
make me sound so toxic.
No, I think that's everybody. Everybody has jealousy issues and insecurity issues. It's just how you.
And when you're young too, like I'm a completely different person than I was 10 years ago. So it's so hard to.
This doesn't make you sound bad at all. Like this is it's a perfect example though. Like you immediately are just like, I don't want to sound bad right now to everybody watching, and it's like you don't.
Yeah.
Like this doesn't sound bad. I I experience jealousy and insecurities the same way. It just never manifests in a way that becomes bad.
Mm-hmm.
You just couldn't handle those flood of emotions and, oh God, what ifs.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, you've always had a problem with like what ifs. You've always had like a brain process issue from the aspect of like, you always are trying to plan to solve problems that don't exist and likely will never exist, and you're always pre-planning like, I need to solve these and know what to do before they happen, so that way I can not prevent them, but like I can have it solved, and I need a plan. And it's like, none of that's ever happened or is going to happen though. It's like, yeah, but if it does, I need to have a plan.
But what if?
Because like, you, especially like when we go do things, you always want a plan or you don't feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So that like, if you pair that idea on like, you need, like when I'm just like, we're good, I got it, I'm done, like I'll figure it out as we go. And you're like, I don't want to figure out as we go. I want to know exactly what we're doing and what we're doing and how we're going to do it. And I'm like, I don't know, that's not how I operate. I just go, and we're just going, we're chilling. Mm-hmm. If you pair that like with that part of comfortability, like you're more comfortable with a plan and knowing what we're doing and when and with who and everything, and you pair that with anxiety being the idea that you need to solve for problems that haven't happened yet in the future, it creates this scenario where you're like, what if this person talks to him? And then I've just been kind of like a little bit more insecure lately, so I've just been kind of putting like unneeded pressure on him because he is trustworthy, but now he doesn't feel like he's trusted, but now it's going to start pushing him away, and now this girl's going to start talking to him, he's going to think she's better than me, and then all of a sudden I'm going to lose him, and then he's going to start liking her more, and all the time I'm just like, I don't even know that person, what are you talking about? Right? So it's just like, it's not toxic, it's the same issues every single person watching this goes through. It's just, the question is there, you could think of hundreds of guys right now who are like, where are you? What are you doing? All the time.
Yeah.
It's just everyone goes through it. It's just,
I mean, I don't anymore.
No, I'm also never anywhere. I'm right here or with you, but yeah, no, I don't think it would. I mean, I went on a bachelorette party with a bunch of girls.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's whatever. But yeah, like, that was like year 3 through 5 was a lot of like, can we make it through this? And worst case, there was maybe 2 to 3 times where it was like, no, I don't think we can. Overnights was a big problem. That's what I was explaining earlier. When I was on overnights, we wouldn't see each other for like days at a time. Mm-hmm. And this is what I was going to mention about seeing each other all the time. So we'd only get to see each other for like an hour or two. Mm-hmm. So if we ever did have conflict throughout our relationship when I was on nights, we had to communicate through text, which sucks.
Yeah.
Always leads,
awful.
It's always going to lead to more fights because
yep,
it's just hard to resolve things.
It
takes longer. Responses are slower. You have to read a lot, which is tedious and annoying.
And I'm working.
Punctuation and tone just get thrown out the window. You're also like more capable of kind of being like petty through messages rather than like seeing like the confrontation of like actually saying it out loud and seeing the response. So it's like you can kind of be like a little bit more like that, right? Like, oh, I'll just say this, right? But you wouldn't say it to their face because like you'd see the reaction and be like, shouldn't have said that like that, because there's like more accountability. It's awful. So if we were having a fight, it would have to be over through text message, and then if we'd finally see each other, we'd only actually see each other for like an hour or two, which means 100% of our seeing each other time is toxic and trying to resolve conflict as well. Mm-hmm. So it's like, now that we see each other all the time, it's like if we have a fight, we fought for fucking 45 minutes and we saw each other for 16 hours. It's like that 45 minutes meant nothing, like in terms of like the scale of our day. Yeah. So it's like, no, if we only had an hour to see each other and we fought for 45 minutes of it, we fought for 75% of our time together today. That's bad. If we do it now, it's like 7% of our day. Like, that's fine. So it's like, we didn't see each other. We weren't seeing each other.
I kind of want to see if I can find this thing while you're chatting.
We were fighting about variety of early relationship issues, living together for the first time, so we're around each other for the first time all the time. And I think there was like 3 times or so.
I found the exact one I read.
3 times or so when we contemplated, like we were at like a direct, like maybe we're not staying together. But all three of those times, maybe a maximum of 24 hours, and there was still never like okay, so we're broken up right now. There was still never, even through like pretty rough, like I genuinely think we're done moments, there was still never even a like, so we're broken up. There was like a one full night thing of, all right, well, I guess that means we basically are probably going to be done. And then by the next day, it was like, no, we can't. And then a few years later, same thing. Not even like leave the house. Like not even like, I guess you're going to your mom's, or I guess whatever. Like not even that. It was just maybe. So any of the times that we've ever even gotten close to actually being like, nah, let's not be together, didn't even last a full night, and never even had us separated. Like I'm gonna go stay with my mom or anything like that. Never. So even through like the worst moments, we still, once it came down to like that, okay, so like we're done, that was pretty much what always happened. I'm trying to like remember. It would come down to, we have like a conversation that's like, oh, okay, so like this is probably leading to an end then. And it's like, I don't know, I guess. And then within 12-ish hours of letting that sit there like that, each time was like, no. I think it was like twice, maybe 3 times.
Yeah, I think 3.
Yeah, 3 times. And then we got married. The year of marriage was fine. No issues, no like glaring issues.
I think we were still like fighting consistently all the way up until getting married too, though.
Yep. But not
I think
like,
it was really hard with not seeing each other a lot, even living together.
Yeah. But then so it was like leading up to getting married, still some fights. And then some while we were married. But none that were ever, there's never been even a moment of divorce talks.
No.
And then once we started trying for kids, that's pretty much moved all our attention to that, and there was never a...
I wanted to read you what the... So it was honeymoon stage, the reality stage where the newness wears off, you notice things you overlooked, and then 3 is the disappointment stage. This is where most couples give up. You realize your partner is not who you thought they were, blah, blah, blah. The adjustment stage. So if you've survived stage 3, you enter adjustment, stop trying to change each other, and you start learning to work with each other. And then 5 is the companionship stage where the marriage becomes solid. You know each other now. Surprises are mostly gone. You finish each other's sentences, blah, blah, blah. And then the deep love stage. Few couples reach this stage. This is where love becomes unconditional, not because you don't see each other's flaws, but because you have chosen to love through them. This is a stage where you can be silent together and feel closer than when you talked, or you can fight and know the fight won't break you, where you have seen each other at your worst and you still choose to stage. This stage is not given and is not earned, over years, over tears, over forgiveness, and it is worth every hard stage that came before it. And that's so true.
There's some moments where like you're going through some hard moments, and I feel like I should say something or be more directly compassionate, but a lot of times I just sit with you and I don't say anything. And I don't know if that's actually better or worse.
Sometimes I do want you to just like
hug you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like,
I mean, every time.
I
always want to hug.
Oh, wait. I know. But sometimes I don't want to. Not because I don't want to give you a hug, but sometimes I want to let you sit there with those thoughts and work through it. Because, like, I could always talk you through things. But I feel like that's almost like if you were taking, like, pain reliever for a back issue. Well, let's circle it back to my back issues, right? I don't like to do that. I don't take anything. But it's like, I could help talk you through it and make you feel better. But like if I don't allow you to work through it on your own and figure out how to solve that with me rather than have me solve it for you, like, oh, you should just think like this and you'll feel better. Like I just don't feel like it helps.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'm just like, okay, if I'm just here, she'll let me know if she needs. Sometimes you'll just be like, can you hug me? And I'm like, sure, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes I'm just like, I'm sure if she needs that hug, she'll ask, but like I want to like sit
Just
here and not
assume
solve
I
it for you.
always need it.
Yeah, but like I do think that's the perfect example of us though, right? Is it's just like
You want me to ask for what I want, and I want
I
you
want
to just
you
know.
well, not necessarily that. I think just hugging you like, oh, it's going to be okay is beneficial, but I think it's more beneficial if we wait and figure it out, and then the hug can be supplemental, not replacing. I don't like to take over the moment where it's just like I'm going to make you better. Like I want you to be better with you. And then the hug can help settle you down after. I don't know how to explain it.
I mean, I think I could see where you're coming from.
It's just like I don't want to solve it for you and then hug you and be like, oh, everything's gonna be fine. Like when you're going through something with the kids, or it's like overstimulating and blah blah blah. It's just like, why did this happen, right? And then you're
I don't
solving
know.
it in your
I
head.
see that, but I still think that I would rather have that. Just the comfort. Like a lot of the time, I just need the comfort.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do need to reason through it. I need to talk about it. I need to fix the root cause or whatever. But sometimes I do just need the comfort.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's so different from you
Yeah, I don't want to
in
hug.
your brain.
Like if I'm going through something, I'm like, I don't want to hug.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hug you though.
And just
But,
your
like, I
thought
don't-
process. Like that's just completely
Like even
different
thinking
from...
back to like when I was going through stuff as like a kid, I was never like, I want my mom to hold me. Like when I would be sick or like throwing up, and she'd be like, I'll rub your back, and I'd be like, I don't want to be touched.
Our children are the complete opposite. They are me.
Yeah, I don't know. Like even
I
thinking
want
back to way back
snuggle.
when, like if I was like throwing up or something, and my mom, like my sister would want her back rubbed and stuff, and I would just be like, I don't want to be touched. Not while I'm sick or whatever. Like no, like I just didn't like the feeling of being touched. That's what sucks now when I get sick and we have kids that are sick, because like Liam will be like laying
You
on me
don't
and
get
want
to
us
be
and
alone.
I don't get to, and I just like physically resist, like my body physically resists the touch when I'm sick. Like I do not like to be touched. I don't like to be like kicked and pushed into while sleeping. Like I just literally am just like,
Yep.
I hate it.
And
Some
then,
people like it though. Some
your
people.
nose is all stuffy and you can't breathe and they also can't breathe.
No, I'm more talking about
So-
like, no, don't care about that. Like even you know me, when I get a stuffy nose, I can still breathe for some reason.
I
I
can't.
can still lay and breathe for some reason. Not really an issue. It's when
You
I have like the
suck.
body aches or anything stomach related, and I'm just like in pain, uncomfortable, and then like somebody's like bumping into me and moving into me, and I'm just like, please, like
Sucks.
I just have to suck it up because it's my kid and
Yeah.
he's sick too. So get over it, right? But like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's like a perfect example of like, that's how I am, and I know that's how you are. So we just find some middle ground and figure it out.
I think it's really rare to see people that are able to grow together instead of apart. Like when we were very young, we were very different. And I mean, you're very similar, but you're different. If it makes sense. I don't know. Like you're still you, but you have changed.
No, I'm still the same person in terms of interests, jokes, mannerisms. I'm a father and husband now.
Yeah. It's like we've grown together, we've matured together. I think it's either you do that and that's rare and that's beautiful, or you grow apart, you just turn into two different people separately. You know?
Yeah. Like people fail at like that. So here's the issue. People fail at that, like that third phase or like the disappointment phase or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll see what could be phase 1 with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, maybe I won't get to phase 3 with them. You will. You will. It's inevitable. Every single, talk to anybody who's been together for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. They will all tell you they all had that. Mm-hmm. And again, it's not everyone's 3 to 5 year. Everyone has phase 3. Everyone has that, like, oh, those rough years we had. Everyone has them. It's not fully like, it's not like cheating. It's not like we fully broke up. Sometimes it is. It's not like, it's just you run into, maybe it's a career impasse where you all of a sudden both like disagree on like career paths. You disagree on what the steps are with children. You disagree on where you guys both want to live. Like there's like always a, and you are going to experience it with every relationship you are in. You're always going to have the puppy love phase, which means phase 1 always looks better, which means the grass always looks greener. It's not.
Now, to me, like looking at other grass, it just like, that's like dry, shriveled up, gross grass that needs rain.
The grass can always look greener once you get to phase 3, but it could also just be fake grass.
It's turf.
Yeah, it's just, it's fake. It's just fake because when you first start seeing somebody, if you just think about the psychology of a date, you are putting on the best singular version of you.
Yeah. And
that version doesn't actually exist. I'm not this nice. I'm not this well put together at all times. I'm not this anything. Insert any trait. You are not that. You are literally like, that's why I don't really care for the idea of like first dates and first impressions. I really don't care because it's fake. It's all it is. I don't care for like the first date thing where it's just like you have to really impress on the first date and like sure you still need to, but I just don't like the idea of it because everything you're seeing right now, both of you have to understand is fake. I have things that you are going to hate. Maybe not hate. I have things that you are just like not going to really enjoy. There's not anybody who fully enjoys every aspect of somebody's personality because you as a person, if you lived with yourself, wouldn't enjoy every aspect of your own personality. Yeah. With yourself. Even somebody like me who like, I've been comfortable with who I am for a very long time. Even my faults, everything. I know what they are. I'm aware of them. Okay. Like, yep. Cool. I still would have an issue with me. Yeah, you're with each other all the time. It's going to happen. Yeah. The grass being green on the other side is never true unless you are genuinely in just like a very unhealthy relationship. Like, emotional, physical, whatever abuse, of course. Then obviously every grass is greener. Sure. But in general, is the grass greener? No.
Agreed.
It's fake. It's fake. That's it. It's fake. It's fake grass. Yep. It's an illusion. Yep. You're getting baited into phase 1 again. Nope. And then you still are getting back to phase 3. It's not going to be like, you could find like your perfect person, your soulmate, even though I don't really believe in that. You could find your soulmate and you're still going through phase 3. You could be the most compatible people and you could respect them way more than you ever respected anybody in your life for their morals, integrity, and willingness to work through things, but you're still going through phase 3. Yeah.
It could even be like loss or like going through some kind of hardship. It's going to put a strain on your relationship.
Yeah, it might not. It might not even be a personality trait or somebody makes a big mistake. It might not even be that. It might be a tragedy, PTSD from something. Could be your own baggage you brought from another relationship. It could be something with kids. Kids could really it could financial stress. Y'all not being able to afford anything, or somebody being a bad spender while somebody else is just trying to manage stuff. You see that all the time lately. We just got lucky that
it's not all luck. It's been a lot of hard work for.
Yeah, but it's like, it's lucky that our strengths piece together well. If you think about the main things that people fight about money. I'm good with it. You're comfortable with me managing it.
Mm-hmm.
Me managing it has led to no financial stress for us through our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. Both have the same opinion on kids and how to raise them.
Yeah.
Dope. Right? Like, so it's just like all the things that you would think, like finances, kids,
it's like we're complete
politics
opposites.
/ religion / like the like morality, like we're on the same page. Like we don't have anything that it's like we don't disagree on.
It's we're complete opposites with the same morals, pretty much.
Yeah, that brings me back to people need to stop searching. Cough, Jordan. People need to stop searching for people with similar interests. Interests are irrelevant.
Yeah.
You need to find this person with the same morals. I could find somebody who was just interested in ballet, books, the theater, and something that I'm just not really interested in.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't matter. If I'm into video games, I don't need to find a girl that's into video games.
I suck at video games.
I don't need to find a girl who's into anime or blah, 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 blah. One of the coolest things to do with a significant other or a best friend or somebody you're going to spend your life with is introduce them to things that you like, and then they can introduce you to stuff they like. You don't need to find somebody that likes the same things. It doesn't make sense. Like they go on these dating sites and they try to find somebody who's like similar interests. Like, why? Interests have nothing to do with if you'd be compatible or not.
Mm-hmm. It is most fun showing someone that you love the things that you love.
Yeah, if you both had seen it, it's like, oh, you've seen it.
I guess you could talk about it.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I love that too. Like, wow. Like, okay. It's much cooler if it's like, you've never seen that? Yeah, you need to see this.
Mm-hmm.
And then they see it and they're like, wow, this is really good. It's like, right?
Yeah.
That's way more fun than, oh, we both like this. It's really good, right? Yeah, wow.
And you need to be best friends.
Yep.
Like, you're literally my best friend.
Yep.
And we can, I don't know, we can fight about something and now we can just get over it.
Yeah, very
really
quick.
quickly.
Very, very quickly, yeah.
It's just the ultimate comfort level.
Yeah, they're like even like a big
in.
fight wouldn't really last unless even nowadays I can't really even really think of like a very big fight that would last more than a single conversation.
Mm-hmm. And
the
dark
kids see
humor helps a lot.
Yeah. The kids see us fight and we get over it.
Yeah.
Aside from like resolving it quickly, we also get over it quickly. It's like, okay, it's done. It's like, you still mad at me? It's like, I wasn't even mad, to be honest. I never was mad. If I was mad, I wouldn't want to talk to you. That's what I have to always remind you too.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you gotta know your husband after 16 years, buddy. I'm like, I was never mad. If I'm mad, I'm like, not talking to you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm genuinely not entertaining the conversation if I'm actually mad at you, because it's to the point to where I'm not going to say anything healthy now, so I'm just not having a conversation with you, which you would hate.
Yep.
But no, that's incredibly rare. Like, I'm annoyed. Like, I'm annoyed at this interaction, or I'm frustrated, annoyed, or exasperated. Those are pretty common.
I think it's important to wait like the 20 minutes before. I mean, I can say this, but I'm not going to listen to my own advice because it
depends. If it's bad enough, I'll just say it. I'm good. I'm walking away. Very rarely. But
I just mean for other people.
Yeah.
Before you react, you need to respond.
I can resolve a conflict with you when I'm exasperated, annoyed, or frustrated, for sure. That's fine. If I'm actually angry, I'm like, no, I'm leaving. Not like leaving this. I'm just like, I'm leaving this.
I'm leaving this room.
Yeah, I'm leaving the area of this room. I'm going out there. I'm going. No, we're not. But like, I don't even know the last time I was actually like angry with you.
No.
Where it's like actual anger. So it was very hard to get me angry.
Yeah. I also think it's important to keep your relationship private for the most part. Unless you have a very toxic relationship where you need to talk to someone about it.
Yep.
Or, you know, and you know what those issues are. Because we can bicker, we can fight, whatever, and I'm going to forgive you instantly. You're going to forgive me instantly. But like your best friends, your parents, whoever, like, and I mean, if you need to vent about things, go ahead. But I just like, they're going to hold a grudge. They're going to remember all the bad things that you're saying. They're not going to remember all the good things that you're saying. So to have, I don't know, to have that in
There
Do
is
you know what I'm
nothing,
saying?
in my opinion, that you should confide in a friend that you won't also say to your significant other, because that's withhold it. I'm not going to go talk to a friend and say something that I wouldn't say to you. I might say, we fought about this, and this is what she said, and this is what I said, and here's where we ended up. But I will never go share a feeling I have about you that I have not or will not tell you. Like if I have a frustration or like I was mad about this, it's like,
Yeah.
we're solving that before I'm ever talking to a friend. And even then, the only time it would come up is like if they're also going through like a similar fight, and it's like, we had that fight, we fought about this recently, and then like, this is how we talked about it. And then
and like it's okay to talk about those things, but I just think
it is, but
if
like
someone's constantly hearing a negative about someone, I don't know,
it makes me think of you should never let anybody into y'all's relationship ever. If it's a healthy relationship. Obviously, if it's unhealthy, then you're probably going to need help.
Yes.
But if it's a healthy relationship and there's just like a fight, there should never be anybody getting involved in it, really. Unless it's a mutual friend of both parties who both parties are comfortable with knowing about the conflict. Then
like if you need a little therapy session with a friend, or
if you're like,
whatever,
me and Chris fought the other night, we fought about this because this happened, and I said this to him, then he said this, like, I don't care, you can tell people. Like I've always told you, I'm like, you could record our fight if you want and show it to you. I don't I'm not going to be like super thrilled about like getting frustrated with you or whatever my tone, I guess, or whatever, but it's like we don't call each other names or say anything inappropriate to each other. I think like the most inappropriate thing we ever say to each other is just like,
our fights have changed very much too, because we used to be petty like that, and we used to
maybe called me an asshole a couple times, maybe. But like but even then, like, that's it. Like it's like it was never anything really bad. Even like our worst possible fights in a history of our fights still weren't nearly as bad as other people's fights. Like I can't even think about a time where it's like, we're crossing the line here with. I could definitely think of fights where it'd be like, wouldn't really want everyone to see us in that moment. But I can't think about it in a way that's like, detrimental to our futures. Like if our kids saw this, they'd be like, damn. But like it wouldn't have been.
You just get more respect for each other, I think, over time. And you just grow up, because we're stupid and immature and young.
Well, you kind of just learn, like, there's no point in escalating this into especially with me, like, there's no point in escalating it into, like, who can make each other more angry.
This is stupid.
I don't know. I just don't get more angry. It's hard to explain. It's the same way, like, like
You're
people.
Not the Hulk.
What?
You're not the Hulk.
No, it's just like the same way with people like saying things to me online or anything like that. Like if I just choose not to let this bother me, it just doesn't. So it's impossible for somebody, if I do not want to be mad about something somebody's saying, I just won't be. But if we get into like who can make each other mad with more petty comments, like I'll just win by default, because like I'm not going to get upset and I'm good at talking. So it's like, I know there's no point in doing this with you because I could make you very angry, and there's no point in that because what does that help solve? Because we're both on the same page with the goal of the conversation. And the goal of the conversation is not to continually take jabs at each other and make each other more mad. But
just want to be done with the conflict.
Yeah.
I don't know if I had any other things saved in here. Oh, you got to stop. You can't stop trying. Like, you have to, like, flirt with each other and still. And like if I'm bent over and you don't make a comment or slap my butt, I'm gonna be upset about that. So. Yeah,
then you'd be able to tell something's wrong. I mean, we could have fought like 5 minutes ago and it would still happen. But there's
And don't compare. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yep. Comparing is dumb. That's the whole grass is greener thing is pretty much a metaphor for the.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Don't compare.
Yeah.
Don't compare a phase 1 to a phase 3 moment.
Mm-hmm.
Phase 1's always going to look better
Mm-hmm.
because that person.
Or other relationships. Like, don't compare your relationship to someone else's relationship.
Yeah. I mean, like, you can if you can control it in a way. Like I always give examples. Like, I can compare because I do it in a way that's grounded. Because I can compare it to one thing and also at the same time to another. So it's like, you'll be like, I don't understand, like, why you stay with me when I'm, like, so overstimulated and I look like this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know. I think you look fine. I don't know, whatever. And then also at the same time, you could think of other moments where it's like, there are other husbands who, you know, have a lot harder of a time. And then there's other wives who have a lot harder of a time. So it's like, I don't just need to compare you to like, oh, maybe this relationship would be better because they wouldn't have those moments. Like, no, everyone has those moments.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you can compare. You just have to be grounded about it and
Yeah.
and make sure you're not just only comparing to something you think could be better.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a lot of people will be like, it could be better all the time. Then all of a sudden they'll see some other people go through some stuff and then they'll be like, oh, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for not being like that. And it's like,
Yeah.
and then healthy, intimate life, which we've already talked about plenty on this podcast.
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah, because we always talk about the statistic that like 1 in 3 marriages are sexless, and I'm
That's really sad.
assuming that leads to the higher rate of divorce and blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like to a TLDR that, because, you know, a more detailed episode on that stuff is saved for 10,000 subs. The best thing I can say is if you think as you get into a 15-year relationship that you have to wait until both of you are in the mood to pursue said intimacy, that's never going to happen.
Yeah. You're just going to be sitting waiting for a long time.
It's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Especially
in the
with
beginning,
kids.
you're both always in the mood. So
Mm-hmm.
you're chilling. If you were to say like, oh yeah, how many times out of the year like you both happen to be in the mood in the moment that you were going to do it? Probably less
And
than
available.
Yeah, probably less than 30% of the time.
Yeah.
But like if you're in the mood, then I'm in the mood. And then if I'm in the mood, you seem to be in the mood. So and then if we both are, dope. But it's usually just like one of us is like, yeah. And the other one's just like, should we?
Okay.
And then it's like, yeah. And then you're like, should we? And I'm like, yeah. And then if we both just don't happen to be in the mood, cool. That's as simple as it is. Like it's just that's it.
Easy math.
Yeah. If we're both in the mood, huge W. If one of us is, the other is. If neither of us are, not happening. Easy. That's all it is.
Yep.
Because like there's so many different things that change it. Your hormones, especially as you get older and start going through the premenopause and blah 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 blah. As my testosterone lowers, that naturally happens. As you have kids, the instinctual aspect of that starts to go away because the inability to have kids obviously plays in a part of that. So it's like your libido is going to go down and or change. Mine's going to go down and or change. I know a lot of people don't think that, but trust me, you ask anybody in a long-term healthy relationship that has a good intimate life, it's very, very even, if not usually the statistically the women actually want it more in long-term healthy relationships. If you think that both people are just always in the mood and that's the only time you can do it, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you have a good, healthy, like I've said, like way back in the first couple episodes, I don't know people that don't have a good intimate life like that have been together a long time that aren't happy.
Yeah.
And still together.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of everybody's intimate life, but for the most part, I'd say so, yeah.
I mean, it's hard to be mad. Can't really have like a good time and then be like, ugh.
I don't like you.
Yeah. I mean, I guess some people could, but yeah, it's just, it's an important part. It'll always be an important part.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a couple that's just like not super interested in it anymore, it's like, well, figure out how to make it interesting then.
Yeah.
You have to invest in it.
You have to be creative.
Yep. And you have to, it just all goes back to effort. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can see effort and be put off by it. And I'm not just talking about intimacy anymore. I'm talking about if you're just putting in effort. That's all it is. And I understand, like, it's like hard to put in effort into all aspects of each portion of the relationship because, you know, you only have so much battery, and then obligations, work, finances, kids, housework, health, right? My back and all this nonsense, you know, comes into play. But
yeah, battery's just
it's just
low
like
right now.
sometimes you have effort and it's going into all these things, and then just, you know, every like couple weeks or so be like, haven't put enough effort into these things lately, and then you just make a conscious effort. It's usually noticed and respected by the partner, even if it's not great effort. Like, let's say it's just like a little bit of lack of affection. Okay, you know, need to, even if they notice effort at all, it's accepted, noticed, and reciprocated and appreciated, then you're good. You're chilling. It's the whole thought that counts type idea. It's like, he recognized, you know, he wasn't affectionate as much lately, and then he hugged me twice and slapped my butt. Cool. Thanks, buddy. Right? It's
It's all I needed in life.
That's, you know, it's I don't want to say as simple as that, but, you know, just put in effort. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Don't stop trying. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not like we're perfect. You just try every day, and that's usually enough. That's what I tell people with kids too. That was like one of the parenting episodes. Is like, as long as you try and care, that's usually enough. That's like 99% of it. I care about my kids' well-being, and I'm trying.
If you're like a bad parent, or if you're worried, then you're
so
you're
apply
already
that to
a
the
good
same
parent.
thing. If I'm worried that I'm a bad husband, the fact that I'm worried, assessing it, seeing what's causing it, and then putting in effort, even if I'm not perfect after that, it's probably enough. The issue, I think, with most people is people just stop trying. And then if you stop trying, it'd be like, well, why am I going to try if she's not trying? And then now we just get into this petty, the breakup movie-esque type pride bullshit, where it's just like, well, if she's not trying, I'm not going to try. And then, you know, I wasn't really trying. And also, you know, that makes me think of don't do tests and shit. Don't do
that's
that.
dumb.
Don't test your partner. Don't do that shit. It's stupid. I don't know why you would. Well, I was just testing to see if I stopped putting in a little bit of effort, if you would stop putting in effort. And then, well, I was just testing you. Okay, this is stupid. This is stupid. Don't test. I was testing to see if my stuff. Don't do that. That's stupid. Just say it. Just say it.
That's like teenage level stuff. Just don't
it's stupid. Just say it. Okay, I think we're kind of lacking in this department a little bit. I think we need to both make a conscious effort, you know, to make that better. What do you think? What can I do? Here's what I'm thinking I'll do. All right, cool. Let's check back in a couple of weeks to assess our performance in said lacking areas.
Give you a review.
Yeah, give me a review of the affection lately. I got 3 butt slaps and 2 hugs in 5 days. That's pretty good. It's like, all right.
You need to step it up.
Yep. All right. That puts us at the end of the episode. I don't even know if we really gave much advice.
I don't know. Maybe towards
we
the end.
kind of did. We kind of did. We kind of just went through like what worked for us, what didn't, what phases of.
It could just be talking about marriage.
Yeah, what the phases of our marriage was like for somebody who's been together for 15 years now.
I see.
And like I said, with that dating scene, if you think you got something that's worth pushing through phase 3, just push through phase 3. Especially if you respect them. That's what it
comes down to. If you think it's
if you respect them as a person, like you're like, this is a good person. And you're just like, maybe it's just compatibility. Sure, maybe we just really can't work through this thing. We have a disagreement on this, or maybe it's just blah, 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 blah. If you think they're a good person, and you're not, it's not like emotional abuse or physical abuse, obviously, then obviously just get through phase 3. It might take a while. Sometimes it's a year or 2. Cool. But seeing what it would be like to try to approach the dating scene as if any grass is greener.
No. It all needs watering. It's bad.
Ugh. It looks so bad. I just hope so much that we had kids at the right time to where they won't start dating for another decade. A little bit more. a little bit more than a decade for Caroline, like right around a decade for Liam. I just hope this generational moment of weird dating scene adapts or changes or something.
Hope so.
Ugh.
I don't even want to think about them dating though. Nope. No thanks.
You know what that makes me think of before I ramble?
Yeah, don't we do it?
Yeah, is when the older generations, and I don't mean like specifically based on older generations, but I mean like the older people within a generation talking down to a generation below it. So not specifically boomers to millennial or Gen X to millennials or millennials to Gen X or Gen Z or sorry, whatever. But I mean like when they see kids in love and they don't think like, well, that's not real love. It's like, buddy, that's as real as any love.
Yeah.
Because that's like the first love. That's if anything, like that's realer than your shitty love.
Mm-hmm.
It just annoys me anytime I've ever seen that. Like I've seen like marriages where like it's like they're really not in a good marriage. Like they're almost always splitting up, and then you'll see like two 16-year-olds together, and they'll just be like saying "I love you," and they always want to be together, and it's like that's not real love, and it's just like, buddy, that's more real than anything you've displayed in the past.
It's like pure love.
There's nothing. So it's just like, so when like, you know, like when kids are like making decisions about love and like it could affect where they go to college, what their future is. And it's like, don't give up your future for this. You know, this is just like all like beginning stage stuff. I agree. I imagine high school has a pretty low success rate of like making it long term because you have to make it through all those changes, and those changes are going to include going to different colleges possibly or different career paths. So it's probably just a little bit harder. But man, if Liam or Caroline like are in love in high school and they want to take a shot at seeing if that works, I don't know if I necessarily think that them investing in that and seeing if it goes somewhere is more of a bad idea if it adjusts what they thought they want their like college or career plans to be.
Yeah.
I don't know necessarily if I would think that it's
unless
like,
it like completely I don't know, derails their plan. Like Caroline really, really wants to be a surgeon or something, and it's like, I'm gonna, like, she has her heart set on something that she really wants to do, and then he wants to, I don't know.
Even then, for me, like, I don't know if I would think that necessarily that her career plans are more important than the love they have for each other.
Yeah.
Like, would I be
like her dreams thrown away? I don't know.
But that means she's assessing that her dreams are this person.
That's true.
Why is that more important than it's like, would we have to have a conversation like, this is increasing an increasing risk for you, right? Like you don't want to, hold it against him forever that you chose him over the career and use it against them in a fight and stuff like that. Like, could it create conflict and create a lot of risk and pressure? Sure. But it's like, if you think this is your forever person, is that more or less important to me than the current career path that you were deciding to go down? If it doesn't work out, can you go back? True. But like I said, like, you know, there might come to a point where they're just like, you know what, I am not going to college. I am moving to here with this boy or this girl. It's just like, I feel like there's a heavy sentiment of people that would be like, no, like, you know, this is like a early thing. It's very unlikely to work out. It's very low success rate. It's like, could be. But like, to me, and this is obviously the way I always was, the person I spend my life with is way more important than what I do in my life. And yes, now if you're risking your entire career trajectory for it, we'd obviously have to have a conversation like, that's a pretty big risk and that's a pretty big pressure you're putting on him. You don't want to resent him for it, right? Subconsciously. So like, make sure you're making the right decision. But I don't think in any way I would tell her like, no, don't.
Yeah. I mean, they can do what they want.
Right. But they'll seek advice. I'm saying like, if whatever you're feeling is telling you like, I would be happier with him without this career than have the career without him. But I guess
Because ultimately,
obviously it would depend on what I perceived the relationship to be. If I perceive it to be like somebody she should invest in or could, obviously that would have. So the person they're pursuing would have a lot to do with if I believe the success rate was.
Because I really think your happiness is based on who your family is, like who you're with every day.
What family you choose, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like
your husband, your kids, your wife, your whatever.
Like, yo, this has been your goal forever, but now somebody came along and you're just like, this could be it. Like, there's nothing more important than that to me. Mm-hmm. There's nothing more. I've seen so many people who have success in their life and they are miserable because they don't have anybody to spend it with, or at least not the right person to spend it with. Yeah. And from what I've seen from us being this age and experienced a lot of friends who have gone through wrong relationships, there is nothing worse than choosing or ending up in the wrong relationship compared to I'm in the right relationship, chose the wrong career path. Yeah. You could figure that out so many times. Yeah. So many times.
That's true.
So it's like, I don't know. It just made me think like, I think, like, what if that was your person? Like, what if that was us? And it's just like, well, he was wanted to go become this or do this, or we both want to do that. Like, I just think if you think you found the right person, you need to find a way to make it work. You might have to sacrifice some of those individual goals you had for yourself, and that's fine. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
It's true. Yeah, I agree.
Like, great, you're a doctor now. But now you're just always sitting there wondering what happened to that one person. You're just like kind of consistently just like not finding the right guy. And then you sit there and be like, damn, maybe we should have told her to not. Maybe we like, because there's a lot of parents who would just be like, no, like this is a like a college or a high school relationship. This isn't real love. They're like, it's like what they say. And it's just like, if you think this is it, I can't tell you it's less important than your career to be a surgeon or whatever you want to do. I can't say it's less important. Yeah. I can't guarantee you that you don't go get that career and then look back and be like, damn, I wish.
The one that got away.
Yeah, I wish. Thinking about that for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And then, you could pursue this relationship and it could fuck up and it could not work. And you could be like, damn, I set myself back in this career. But you can still always go back to college and finish your degree and get that job.
That's true.
So for me, I don't know. Like, if they find somebody, I'm definitely not going to be like, no, our plans, your plans were this. Like, if you think you found the right guy, don't lose him. If you think that's the one, don't lose him. Do everything you can to keep that. And I would hope if he is the right one, he would do the same for you. Yeah. So if that means him making some sacrifices in the future, you sacrifice your career, and now he's going to sacrifice this to make a compromise, because that's what you're doing. I'm compromising my career because I think you're the one. And now in the future, I'd hope he would obviously do the same thing. Yeah. And if he doesn't, obviously I'm going to be the first person to be like, hey. Yeah. But again, don't want to ramble, because now I think we're like at like an hour and 20 minutes.
You did.
Shoot. I know.
I just ramble.
It's just the way my brain works. I'm just a content creator in my brain now. Anytime I think about a connection, I'm like, here's something I can talk about, because I've been streaming 6 days a week, 8 hours a day for 5 years, and I've had to fill that 13.8 thousand hours of streaming with this, so that way people don't just see me. So when people are like, oh, people just watch you play games, I'm like, no, they just listen to me talk all day.
Yep.
All day about anything I can think of, because I just need to keep thinking about stuff to talk about.
You're done.
Yep. All right, chat. Or all right, you're not chat. All right, podcast people, follow, comment, subscribe. The podcast channel is probably only pulling like 30, 40 views right now on long form, which sucks. But, we committed to an entire year, and, sometimes this takes a few years. So
thank you to our loyal viewers.
Yeah, we're just going to keep pumping out these podcast episodes, even if they don't do well. And at some point they'll either do well or they won't. And it won't really matter that much, because this is just something kind of for fun. And if it works out, cool. If it doesn't, whatever. All right, we'll see you guys next episode. I don't want to keep rambling. Goodbye.
Bye.